That's in the thing, isn't it?
Are you ready for the startup experience of a lifetime? 3 determined guys building their dreams and sharing their journey. Buckle up and grab a beer, because these guys will blow your mind. You're locked in to the Jerusalem Hub audio experience, and it all starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to episode 8 of the Jerusalem Hub audio experience. Episode 8, guys, 2 months podcasting.
It's pretty intense.
Dude, like, come on. It doesn't get any better than that. We're owning up to our shit. Sorry
and
for
eating it too.
those who don't like that.
I don't know.
I'm Shalom COO and co-founder of Jerusalem Hub.
Jaron, CFO and co-founder.
Aharon Mello, it's COO, not
Okay.
co-founder.
Just take my job. Just take my
CTO,
And
CMO.
our new COO right here.
No,
Yeah,
just
wow.
joking. My brain
Thank you.
just farted.
That's okay. Anyways, seeing as how I'm out of a job. No. We are filming at the very special Beer Bazaar in Shuk Mohammed Yehuda in Jerusalem. This is a special episode. This is a special episode because
We'll deal with it.
It's Purim. Erev Purim, baby.
Erev Purim. For those of you that listen that are not of the Jewish descent, Purim is a holiday where we celebrate once again our Jewish survival, and we drink a lot. That sums it up, right?
We get dressed up. It's a man's only excuse. It's 1 year excuse for a man to dress in drag without being judged.
And to wear a tutu.
Either way,
No comment.
the purpose of this podcast is for us to show you our journey, as well as give you some tips on how you can succeed and build your own company or whatever it is that you want to do. And we're gonna get right on to it.
Let's do it.
We had an event last week at Mo Exploits. We got to do some really special things. We got to finish off our podcast live. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
It was pretty fun, actually. I got to practice my public speaking again, which sucks, but you know, it's something I'm getting better at.
That's awesome. What about you?
I thought we all did
Cool.
I thought we all did a really good job, honestly. I was really impressed with how the podcast went on stage. There were no hiccups with it. Like I thought maybe because we're doing it live on stage in front of a crowd, maybe that would change the dynamic. But actually, I felt that it went very similar to how it would have went doing it like this, alone, the 3 of us. And I was just really happy with the turnout in terms of how that came out on camera.
What do you guys think we learned from this past event for the future?
That I think the amount of people that we expected to show up didn't show up,
Yeah.
but that was something that didn't stop us from just moving forward and doing what we planned on doing anyway.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. We still went with the show, and we didn't like just put up our hands and run away. We just went for it, and we had fun, and it was a success in that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I honestly like I remember we were like, okay, what's going on here? And then like we got on stage, we started talking, and people started showing up.
Yeah.
And we also met some interesting people. We met people that might be future clients.
Yeah.
Which we're gonna get into much later, but like
Very exciting.
all in all, I personally think that it was a huge success. We had a different environment, we did a different vibe.
Yeah.
We did something completely different, and I think it was exciting because there's a lot of people, a lot of famous people where they always say in order to succeed, there's trial and error. You always have to fail. You always have to make mistakes, because if you don't make those mistakes, you're not going to know what to do in the future. Right. And I personally believe that we definitely learned that lesson this past event. And even though I'm making it seem like the event didn't go well, the event went really well.
No, the event itself was a complete success. It went exactly as planned. The only thing that didn't happen is we didn't have as many people show up as we expected, but
We still made some valuable clients.
For sure. We met some valuable people.
And we got some serious support, which is freaking awesome. Like, it's interesting, I was talking to somebody today, and they couldn't stop saying, like, I'm I'm telling you, guys, the intro to your podcast, it's like so cool. It's like professional. It's as if you've been doing it for years.
Yeah, I've gotten that too.
Yeah, and it's just
Really?
like, and to hear that, it's just like, all I'm thinking about is like, okay, I hear that, that's really cool to hear, but like, it's just gonna keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
And just the fact that people are saying that, and they keep saying that, is just ensuring the idea that we have something here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also the fact that we've cast such a huge net that like whatever happens, and things happen in business, it's just the way things work. We can just easily pivot and figure out our way
What to do in that situation.
Like,
Yeah,
let me
and just to bring up, like, also from the perspective, like, not as many people showed up as we expected. Like, for us, in a sense, that was a little bit of a humbling experience, just from that perspective. The event itself was a great success. That specific little issue definitely was a little bit of a disappointment, but it didn't hinder the way the event ended up happening.
No.
But still, those types of experiences are almost more important than constant success.
True.
Something funny that I learned when I was doing sales door to door is that the people that start off and automatically start succeeding right off the bat, when they have like a failure down the line, it throws them completely off because they don't know what it's like to go through the grind to get to the gold. Whereas with us, we're going a little bit up and down, and so even though it doesn't seem as fun like that, that's healthy. That's
We're
the way
used
it's
to the
supposed
grind.
Right.
We know what the feeling's like. Oh yeah, we're hitting a slump, but we know how to deal with
Exactly right. Oh yeah, it's going really well. That's awesome. Let's keep it moving. Oh, it didn't go as well as we planned. Okay, well, let's rework
What can we
it.
learn from it?
Right, rework the plan and then do it again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And let me tell you this right now, because we have people showing up to our events, because there are people who have heard of us, and they've heard of us, like even people that I know have heard of us without even knowing that I'm involved. Let me tell you something right now. J-Hub ain't going nowhere. We're here to stay, and we're always going to be here.
I've had a couple of people tell me, more than a couple even, that some of the other projects that I've done in the past, they were kind of like skeptical about it, thinking maybe it's not going to work out, who knows how it's going to happen. But right now, everybody who sees what's happening with Jerusalem Hub, who have been skeptics in the past, are now telling me, yo, Jaron, I see this going somewhere. I see this happening. So it's like the vision
things.
Yeah, the vision's spreading. The realism of it is spreading, not just in my personal, because it's always easy to be enthusiastic about your own project.
Yeah.
But it's a lot harder to get other people enrolled in it to the point where they actually believe that it's going to make it somewhere, and that's what's happening now. So that's really cool.
One step at a time, we are expanding the vision in our heads into everybody else's. That's pretty incredible.
Just a quick just to end off this segment about the event. What do you think you guys what would we do differently in the future?
In terms of the event itself, I don't think there's anything to do different. The only thing that we got to think about is, it just really interests me. What happened? Why did such a variation in the people that we thought were going to show up and people that actually showed up? Why did that happen? We didn't expect 60 people to actually show up. We thought 30, like 40, whatever it was.
Yeah. By the way, if I may interject real quick. Despite the fact, okay, fine, 60 or so people said they were going to show, they didn't end up showing.
Right.
We got a good show. We got a good amount of people who showed up. Instead of it seems like we're making it look as if it was a failure, but it wasn't, because at the end of the day, we still got over 60 reactions.
Right.
We still have over 60 people who were either interested or interested in going to our event.
That's the really, really interesting point about it. The fact that people were driven off of Facebook to the Eventbrite, and 60 people signed up there, but those 60 people didn't show up, which is interesting because they took an extra action they didn't have to, yet most of them didn't come. Was that a problem on our part? Probably not. It just shows us something really interesting about people, that people like to sign up for crap.
Yeah.
Right, well, and that's
Which is actually really interesting for businesses in general.
We didn't we say, guys, spots are filling up fast, so it kind of made an urgency to sign up, but it doesn't mean people are going to come.
That is true.
No, so we have to understand, why would someone leave Facebook to sign up on Eventbrite to something that they're committing to? They left Facebook. They left Facebook to sign up.
They did an extra click, then they actually put in their information as opposed to just clicking the going.
I think that the event went perfectly.
No, for sure.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the dynamics of people right now.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. But that's the thing, is that if you can just show the rest of the world that you're interested in going to an event, and it's just one click away, people are going to do it anyway.
The thing is that
It's leaving Facebook. That's the question for me.
there was a lot of factors that could have contributed. It's hard to say that was the factor. Like, it could have been also because the first event we did was on a Thursday night. What if that was the difference?
I'm just asking, what is the factor?
Sure. No, 100%. What if it was the fact that last time we said, hey, if you come, you get a discount on coffee? Yeah. Maybe this time, because we didn't put something like that, it's hard to tell.
We didn't incentivize it as much.
Right, it could be. It's hard to tell. We're kind of...
I think honestly, if there was, especially since we're still in our early stages, I think the only thing that I would say I would do differently is just different day. That's it.
That's definitely, I think like Thursday night's always a safe bet.
Yeah, we did it on a Tuesday night. Tuesday night's a work night. All right.
Right.
Lesson learned. There you go. Even the big boys fail sometimes. Even the big boys but even the big boys make mistakes.
They learn.
Yeah, we're just adapting.
We're just gonna rework it until we find that formula.
Baby.
Like, you gotta just keep on using the ingredients to bake that cake until you find the right ingredients and the right temperature to cook it at.
Let's lighten things up a little bit. Just to end the event on a high note.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that was cool.
Yeah.
Jpost came and took pictures of us, and not only that, people saw that.
Right.
And
Jpost came.
Why don't you You can take that one. Go right ahead. What did you think about that? That was pretty insane. If anything, that scared me more than sitting on a stage and talking to people, because I was just like, holy crap.
So the question is, why was Jpost? Yeah, why was Jpost actually at our event?
At our event.
Why were they at our event? So that's part of our little marketing schemes that we happen to know people in the know who have access to writing certain articles, which you hopefully will see soon. And that's why Jpost was there. I'm going to hint at it more and more, and eventually it will just pop out.
That would have been interesting. What if we would have said in the advert for the event, people can get up and pitch their business, and by the way, Jerusalem Post is going to be at the event. That would have been interesting.
It would have been.
Yeah,
just as a thought, just as an afterthought.
But what I'm curious to know is when this article comes out, what's that going to mean for us?
Yeah.
But that's only speculation at this point.
Yeah, but either way, it's exciting stuff.
It was pretty scary.
People are aware of us.
That's what making noise is all about. Just trying to be everywhere.
And by the way, I'm actually getting inquiries from other people who want to interview us and put us in their papers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna follow up on that.
Let's do it
soon. So, just so you know, you get your elbows dirty just a little bit, and you can make magical things happen. But as far as the whole Jpost thing is, we keep saying this in the last few podcasts that we have a secret project we're working on. We're not going to tell you about it, but it's very secret, very cool, and there's really not much else to say. I just wanted to say that so that whoever
just wants to make sure you guys don't
just thinks
forget
that
about
Shalom
it.
is cool because we're talking about a secret project.
Yeah. So
which he is cool. So
yeah. So one small secret just leaked out, but we're just letting you know that there are more secrets. So we just want you all to realize that.
Be part of our secret.
So
somehow
an interesting thing happened since we're heading into our third month of our inception.
Right. Yeah.
The way of saying it.
Pretty good, strong, and we're growing pretty nicely.
The cool thing is that now, what's the task? The task is, show me the money.
Yeah.
It's time to make money, baby.
Yeah, we up until now we've kind of had it's been a little bit looser. We've kind of had this thing where we're doing what's the goal for the month? So this month, monetization, baby.
And secret project.
And secret project. And that's what we're up to.
Speaking of which, we're trying to, if you guys need help with marketing or need help with business consulting or whatever it is, we provide all of that, and we've done it for ourselves. We spent the first 2 months with structuring our brand and getting our name out there, and we've done a pretty damn good job at it.
We're gonna keep doing it,
and we're gonna keep doing it,
and hopefully for you too.
And this will bring me on to the next thing that I wanted to discuss, is the fact that we have. I was actually at a wedding. And there's this dude that I was gonna email, and it happened to be he was at the wedding. So I was like, boom, business meeting at a wedding. Now I look really cool because I'm like an entrepreneur at a wedding, on my phone, taking selfies, doing the Instagram story thing, tweeting like crazy. And I sat down with this dude, and basically I learned a lot. I didn't know that the catering business was such an elaborate business. This dude was telling me about catering, and he was telling me about the caterer that was catering the wedding I was at. He was telling me different tiers of catering. He was telling me how good he is compared to other things, and all that stuff. And he needs, and it was, I wanted to actually, this is actually my chance to discuss it with you guys.
Sure.
basically, just to give you a little bit of a gist of it, what he's looking for is he's looking to rebrand his name. He has like, apparently in the catering business, there's like a turf war.
Yeah.
Every caterer has like an area that they dominate.
Cater.
His area is Ramat Eshkol, and his main cash cow are like Brit Milas.
Okay.
Right, that's where he makes his money. But
Circumcisions.
yeah. Anyhow, but so he was explaining to me. He's like I used to do
Ribbonous.
I used to do about 5 a week or something. Or no, he said like 3 or 4 a week, and that was steady cash. And now he's down to 2. And the reason why that is because he travels around because he's a restaurant connoisseur and he travels around the world, and he's always out of town, so he hasn't been able to get his brand out there.
Yeah.
He has good customer feedback. His customers recommend him. His customers reuse him all the time. But because he's never around, he's kind of lost the turf war in his area.
Right.
So I was talking to him, and he said, and he wanted to talk about how we can help him market his name out there, because he says his brand is perfect. He's one of the best caterers, according to what he said. Which, listen, self-talk is good. Like I said in the last podcast,
Believe in yourself.
believe in yourself. Mike Tyson used to always say, "I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm impeccable. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest ever." He used to say that because he was taught to say that. His trainer taught him to say that so they could believe in himself. When you believe it yourself, you have the confidence to achieve it, and he did. So, and he explained to me the different tiers of catering and all that stuff, and it seemed like a really interesting idea. And I was just like, I honestly thought catering was just food. I didn't know that people had specific things that they asked for, and there were specific.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
it's a business.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
a lot
like-
of elements to it.
like
What dishes you want to start with.
yeah.
Stuff.
Okay, so you guys know about catering apparently. So
Actually, I've worked with a caterer for a little bit.
so then why don't you? I mean, like my mind is
No,
blown because
it's-
I didn't know that was an actual like crazy business.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Catering is huge.
So
But
do
listen,
we know what market that he's going for and what like type
So there's a couple things that I asked him. One thing that I asked him was, I said like, okay, so you need social media branding, which is obvious, to get his name out there. And I said and like not only that, but I also kind of told him I was like, we also need to figure out like a niche thing that you could do on a steady basis where you could be making steady income. Right? So like find a way to make yourself more special. So it just takes a little bit of brainstorming.
Does he know the net that he wants to, like how wide of a net geographically he wants to cast it?
In terms of what?
Like you said that his turf is Ramat Eshkol area.
Well, yeah.
So does that mean he's stuck with that, or he's happy to go?
I think he wants
Israel
to
wide?
expand it. See, the interesting thing that he said to me is that the wedding I was at, the guy, he got the last job he had a job, a huge catering job for like 800 people at B'nai Alma, where the Out Crowd Summit was.
Right.
And they were asking for specific stuff and whatever it was. And originally, the guy who catered the wedding I was at got that job, but he couldn't cater to that amount of people. And his quality isn't that high. What this guy will do is like, if you give him a project, he will do it.
Right.
Even if he doesn't have the resources, he will find the ways to get it done.
make it happen.
So, which I think is really cool.
That's why resourcefulness is
Yeah.
far more
Valuable.
than being
In
smart.
fact, I even mentioned to him that if he lives up to the way that he's built, that he's describing his brand, I said like there could be a future partnership with him in Jerusalem Hub.
Yeah.
In terms of like us tapping into that market, which would be really cool.
Right.
Absolutely.
But like
We
so
want-
he
When we make events.
Yeah.
so
Hell yeah.
he showed me pictures of his presentation, his display, the way he makes the salads, and he compared the whole thing. The guy knows what he's talking about, and it blew my mind.
Going back just for a second, you said, having a partnership there, that kind of comes down to the whole, if we could have a piece of everyone's pie, that's incredibly valuable for everybody involved. We've mentioned this a few times. I know this is slightly off topic, but it just like caught my mind.
Yeah,
How
it's good. I needed to shut up.
No, how by, having these symbiotic relationships where, for example, just with this catering, it could be, right? We could, have events where they provide the food and then they get exposure from our events or more customers through that. And so therefore everyone's winning in that scenario.
Yeah.
And so we could do that with a lot more people than just him, but that's just like a start, an idea of how to incorporate that into what we're doing.
So I thought
Collaboration.
I found it to be incredibly interesting, and like the way he was explaining, I honestly like I look at a business that I know nothing about, and I was like, okay, that's what they do, but like catering is a legit business, and there's like a turf war, and people are fighting for contracts, and it's nuts. And if
A lot of money in it too.
I totally get what you're saying, because I mean, when you walk into an event where there's catering, you see the food, you don't see the business.
Right, exactly. But like the tablecloths are there. If the chairs have like
Little,
chair covers,
covers,
little
the
things, the decorations, everything.
Doilies.
Doilies.
Okay.
The doilies.
Doilies.
What's a doily? I feel like I know what that is. What's a doily? Can you tell me what a doily is?
Tell us what a doily is. We have no idea.
Challenge. Tweet us a doily.
But yeah, either way, I mean, obviously we're going to talk about that more on, but I told him that we would meet with him after the Chag.
Okay.
So, and I'm
Because it's
actually
a bit hectic this week.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I'm actually super excited because and not just for myself, because this is like, again, it's about experience, it's about growing, it's about trial and error. Like, I was honestly, if I could be just a little boastful, I was kind of proud of myself that I was able to just initiate and say like, let's talk, and I talked to him, and we had like a serious business conversation, and I was just like,
that comes from the hard practice that we've been putting in, talking, like having all these meetings, going to all these events, and networking,
Being assertive,
right?
Yeah, I was like, holy donkey, I'm in a diaper. Like I actually did it.
Secret.
I just made that up on the spot.
There's a lot of secret and unknown advantages to starting a business that aren't money related. Skills that you build, personal skills, like person-to-person skills, skills in terms of organization, skills in terms of just learning more about business as a field in general, just as an educational opportunity on a wider variety, because we're working with so many different companies in so many different industries. So yeah, it's cool. Education,
experience.
Current events. What's going on in the world?
I think I just saw something, but I don't remember what it was. You said it's for Poland?
Well, what's going on is that air conditioner is really loud.
Indeed, it is, sir.
No, it is actually. This place is so random. Wait, I think I have something.
Is there any like nothing?
I think we got something.
Go ahead, pull it up.
Da 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 da. I just saw this.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Apple.
Apple.
Like the phones. iPhone. So Apple, according to TechCrunch, they just put out this article that they're not just a tech company. What else are they doing? What do you think they just make iPhones and MacBooks?
Can I guess?
Yeah, what are they doing now?
Does that have something to do with? Oh, okay.
I just read it. But yeah, go.
I was gonna say it has something to do with humanitarian stuff.
Well,
that's a good guess.
Really close.
That's a good guess.
Okay.
So the company is now hiring doctors and other medical staff to create its own medical clinics.
Its own medical Klingons?
Clinics.
Interesting. So Apple's gonna start working in the medical industry.
That's insanely
So
smart.
why do we think that is? I got it interesting. So
Because they want to tap into the. Okay, I'll shut up.
There is very interesting. When I was going through the App Store, I got offered to be part of some sort of test that they're having. I'm sure a lot of people got it too, where they constantly monitor your heart rate remote.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's creepy, but the only way you can do it is if you have an Apple Watch. So they'll connect you to the app, and then they'll just pull data whenever they can, because for some reason, I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. They worked with this AC Wellness network or something, and I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to do, but I guess we'll have to see how Apple is trying to be innovative. There's a lot of...
So basically they want to tap into the biotech market.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, it seems like they already have, because they have
biotech are the same thing as medical tech, right?
Yeah, it's medical tech type of stuff.
My question about that is there such a thing as spreading yourself too thin?
No, not nowadays.
By expanding yourself into new industries, is there such a thing as going too far? I mean, listen, Apple's a lot more experienced than we are, so I'm not going to argue.
I think in their case, it's not. I'll tell you why. I think because, granted, they have their niche market, they have their niche customers, but technology is moving in such a way that they're very I feel like the two competitors, their competitors in terms of phones is Android, right? And they're literally neck and neck.
Right.
And if they expand onto something else, they can kind of tap into another market and produce another.
Think about it; it's a good move for them. For the past 5-6 years, what have been the most key updates you've seen on phones?
Most key updates?
like big updates or big upgrades that you've seen that phones have gone over.
What's the operating system?
That and
Personally, I'm not big into like tech, so
what are two things? Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
I'm good.
good.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Force be with you. Always.
We had our guest. There you go.
That's our guest for today.
That's our guest for the year.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's like three main things. Yeah, the operating system,
Yeah.
cameras. Like the main focus for a phone is camera.
What about fingerprint?
Fingerprint, whatever. Like that's biotech stuff. The iPhone 10 has Face ID recognition. But like, what has been like a big innovative thing that you've seen in phones? Nothing. It's just how fast the phone will go
Right.
and how good the camera is.
They just keep on making that better and better, but they don't add.
But
new-
that's like
Oh,
nothing
and
new.
durability
It's
as well.
whatever. Like the phone's
Whatever,
actually been
not
gotten
even that.
frailer, whatever.
Right.
But my point is that Apple is making a good move. They're moving into a whole new another industry and somehow integrate that into their system. And they're trying to be innovative in a completely different horizontal, you know, verticals and horizontals, text
Right.
thing, and they're going horizontal to try to integrate their system into a completely another sector in order to bring their brand into a new light.
It's cool.
So it's smart.
Very smart.
They're not sticking with let's make a better camera. So
Steve
that's
Jobs.
why-
Who? Jobs. Steve Jobs.
That was his original thing. iTunes, your phone, and a camera all in one package. That's what he told us. Or that was the what's it
all in one. How about to put 1,000
anyway.
songs in your pocket?
Well, that's current affairs.
Yeah, cool. So, as far as books are concerned, I have not picked up another book yet. I'm debating which book to pick up. I'm debating whether or not to go back and like go over the books that I've already done, or just to learn more, or I'm waiting for a recommendation from one of you guys.
I think I'm going to listen. The next book I'm going to listen to is what's that one? Ways not to give
Which one? Oh, the art of not.
The Art of Not Giving
No,
Up.
the subtle art of not giving up.
Yeah.
I believe in mistakes.
I think I'm gonna listen to that. It's probably what I noticed about a lot of these books that we've been reading. A lot of it's recycled content.
100%.
It's all
It's all the
very,
same.
very similar.
It's literally like it's an interpretation of someone else's experience
Yeah.
going through the same thing.
That's why I was trying to look for more off those type of topic books. That's why I was listening to a book about statistics.
Which now that you say that, by the
Yeah.
way, is why I'm thinking about just going back and like trying to learn something I missed the first time.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot to
So I finished reading or listening to How to Win Friends and Influence People.
All right.
Right? Awesome book. And then I started, my friend had a paperback version of Influence, the Art of Persuasion.
Great book.
So I just started that, yeah. And then also I'm about to download Financial Intelligence for Entrepreneurs by Karen Berman and Joe Knight. And I actually have like a book list that I compiled for myself based off of a lot of recommendations from the personal MBA and also just some other people that told me you gotta read these books. So furthering our education.
Indeed. And also going back and seeing if you can pick up something that you missed.
Yeah.
It's always important.
Kazore.
Yeah. If you read something once, chances are you've missed a lot of what was trying to be
Chances
said.
are you didn't even get it the first time.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do some major going back and like
You should listen to the English then.
maybe I'll listen to that too.
I want to listen to that also.
Good book. I mentioned that like
Either way, we
podcasts
will
ago.
eventually be putting a page on our website for
All the books.
for all the books that we have read and that we recommend. And we
That's what I should put
and
out.
is implore the right word? I implore you
To go through the list.
to go through the list as well as recommend books to us as well because we
Action
want
point right now. Let's make that a task. I'll
Yes.
make that page.
make a
today
page.
or
We're
something.
making a
Cool.
page. We're gonna show you the books that we've read
Yeah.
that we recommend, and we want you to show us the books that you recommend for us because
Could you
education
make-
is
yeah.
key.
Could you make a page where it has our recommendation list and then like people can go in there and add a book to it?
Or like a social media kind of a thing.
So what I'll do is I'll build a page with a picture of the book, a link to it, and a short description of our recommendation or something. And then if someone wants to recommend, we'll have a little form on the side that if you
Yeah.
want to
I
recommend.
have a question actually.
Yeah. Yes, the answer is yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
What's the question?
I was wondering if is there a way that you can put a social media ticker on a page like that on the books page, where like it's triggered to a hashtag. Like if it was hashtag #JHubBooks, that way
Yes.
someone would like tweet, "Yo, read this book hashtag #JHubBooks," and it would go straight to that page.
Yes, we could do that.
That would be cool. So we'll do that. It's going to be up probably in the next few days. If you have a book recommendation for us and you have Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, just say the book and hashtag JHubBooks, and we will.
JHubBooks.
This all comes down to our whole psychology of educating entrepreneurs.
As well as ourselves.
Right, definitely as well as ourselves. But it's part of like the podcast. We put out the videos.
Yeah, but since you guys know less than us, we need to educate you first.
Or hey, you guys can educate us. We're always open to that. But this is part of it. You know, let's show people the resources that they can use to
Mostly
grow
open to that.
and get where they want to get. Yeah.
But yeah, so there you go. We're gonna have a page dedicated to all the books that we've read and what we recommend in terms of education. And again, get in touch with us. How about this? If you get in touch with us, you use the hashtag #JHubBooks. We will mention that you recommended that book to us on the next podcast. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yeah, that's great.
No, we can
Let's do
also
that.
send you an invite to get a free book download from Audible. We'll
Yeah.
include that too.
That's
Sweet.
awesome.
So if you never used Audible before and you want to listen to a free book, it's on us. We'll send it to you.
And just so you guys are aware, what does a shout out do? What a shout out does for you is A, it gets you out of your comfort zone. B, people know who you are. C, if you have something going on, it's another way of marketing yourself. Someone else is talking about you. How awesome does that sound? Sounds
Yeah.
great.
Hey,
I mean,
man,
like
I'd be
again,
psyched.
like one of the things that blows my mind is that, like if I see someone that I know that I haven't seen in a long time, they're like, "Hey, what are you up to nowadays?" I was like, "Well, have you heard of Jerusalem Hub?" And they're like, "Yeah, I have." I was like, "Well, that's me. I'm doing that." And they're like, "Oh, wow, that's cool." It's just like the fact that people have heard of me, even though they know me, the fact they've heard of what I'm doing, and they know me but they didn't-
Independently of you.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I meant to say. Thank you.
Right.
And they make that connection. It's just like it blows my mind. So if you have a business out there that you want to do, and we say that we're going to shout you out in our podcast, someone else is marketing for you. That's free content.
Free marketing.
Content. I'm just saying, bro.
And our reach is that big that at this point that you get your name out there through us, it's already spread pretty far.
As perfect as it is, since we were just talking about getting out of your comfort zone, we're going to move on to our motivational section
Okay.
of what we're doing. I have a quote that I saw today that I'm going to say, and I have a couple more quotes, or like
Yeah.
one quote. If you guys have any quotes,
I actually have
for
something.
Sure, you can for sure shoot them out.
Yeah, I have
so I'm going to start with this one.
Sure.
This is from Gary V, by the way. Gary Vaynerchuk. For those of you who don't know who he is, get to know him. He's a real beast. He says, "I think people underestimate small wins. They're so focused on getting 1 million views or 1 million followers that they forget about how special it is to have 1,000 followers." What do you guys think that means?
I think that's incredible.
It's insane. I think it's regardless. Like you're obviously always going to be trying to build your brand and get out there and have more people see you. But what I liked about that was small wins.
Yes.
You need to give yourself some credit. You need to realize how far you've come. You need to realize that whatever you've been doing, you've come to a point that you would have never expected. Realize the small wins.
He's also saying like cater to don't just keep on looking for how do I get more people to like me. Cater to the people that already like you. There's a reason why they follow you. There's a reason why they're paying attention to you. You know, if you focus on them, more people are going to naturally gravitate towards you. You shouldn't always be just focusing on more. Focus. I mean, that's like a general concept.
I think
in life.
another point on that is he's saying people are actually listening to you.
That too.
You were at 0 before, and now you have even one person that you don't know is listening to what you're saying. Even if it's someone you know, someone's listening. Like, even though we have average about 30 views on our per YouTube video about, and maybe more on SoundCloud, and who knows how many views on Facebook, I don't know. But that's a huge win because we were at 0 and now we're consistently at 30 to 50 and it's growing.
It's going to keep growing.
It's going to keep growing.
And you know what? We don't care. We don't care if there's one person listening to this podcast because eventually everyone will be listening.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So appreciate where you come.
I saw this on Facebook. I thought it was really cool. So written here is a dream written down with a date becomes a goal.
I send that to you.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever it is, it's great. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal.
Oh, I like that one.
A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action becomes reality.
Boom, baby.
That's
Couldn't have said
literally
it
how.
any better
Yeah. I mean, there's steps involved, but that is literally written down into 2 sentences. How to get from something in here to something out here, to making it from just something in your head to something real. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that's exactly, I mean, can we send this out and tag Jerusalem Hub?
Yeah.
I mean, this is everything that we do right here. Or whatever it is. I don't even know. Something. But I love this.
We'll make a thing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was supposed to do.
You got one, Aharon?
That was mine.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
You just told you it was his.
No, but I didn't know he was going to use it.
Oh, do you have
Awkward.
one? I mean, I got 2 more if you want them.
No, it's fine. I don't need to do one.
I don't do it, whatever. Okay, fine.
I'm too good for that.
And he doesn't have an ego. He doesn't have an ego. Well, then we have egos.
Okay, here's 2 that I liked that I put in my Instagram story. If you want to see more of my motivational stuff, just look at my Instagram story. Follow me at ShalomMM25 on Instagram. Either way, this one is be loyal to your future, not your past. That one really resonates with me because I know like the last few years for the longest time I was stuck in my past and I wasn't able to do anything because I kept thinking about who I was and what I went through. And now I've kind of come to that point where it's just like, the past is the past.
Yeah.
Focus on the future. Focus on now. And I think that it resonates with me. I don't know if it resonates with you guys as much, but I'm sure that there's someone out there that it for sure resonates.
Definitely could stick with that because I went through a lot of crap in the past, and just to stick to that is not going to do me any good because then I get stuck in a rut. So I just keep
100%.
moving forward. So I'll just throw a quote in there.
Go for it.
A mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it isn't open. Frank Zappa.
Nice.
Blown.
Who said that?
Frank Zappa.
Who the hell is that? Oh, Zappa from the shoe company, that dude?
No, that's what I thought also, actually.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
Okay, either
like-
way, he's a smart guy.
Cool. Hey,
Like,
cool
use your
story, bro.
head. Like, what do you think about that?
Stop being. I mean, hey, if I've noticed anything about my life personally, it's the more I'm in the head, the more I'm just down. Like if you're not
Yeah,
moving forward, you're
100%,
down. you
yeah.
know? Just sitting in bed, being stuck right in here, doesn't work.
Not at all.
You gotta open your mind so you can understand.
Get out of bed, get off your ass.
Do stuff.
Yeah, open your mind, be open to
Make
criticism.
habits. Good habits, not bad habits. Good habits. Okay, I'm gonna do one last quote because I really like this one. I also
Sure.
saw this one today. It's also on my Instagram story. Anyhow, it's life begins at the life. Come on, bro. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Wow.
Nice.
You want to elaborate on that one? I know you like that one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Go for it.
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I mean, we talk about that all the time. Forget about the whole business thing for a second. Forget about Jerusalem Hub for a second.
Yeah.
How about just living a life that excites you? You know, I mean, like we wake up every day. We have the same, you know, shigra. How do you say shigra? The same routine on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that bore you guys? I mean, it's comfortable, fine, but like, what about anything above that? Like, you want that experience of living, not just being comfortable. Being
I see.
comfortable just isn't valuable enough, at least for me.
I saw something that was really interesting. This woman, she did for 30 days one thing every day
Yeah.
that she wasn't comfortable with,
Yeah, that was cool.
That's
I saw
sick.
that.
and it changed her life.
I want to do that, actually.
And every day, like, you should always do something that's uncomfortable. Like sometimes even getting out of bed is out of your comfort zone.
Well, what
And,
this quote means to me is just like be yourself, do what you want to do. Who cares what other people think?
Yeah.
We're sitting in a room talking to a camera. People don't know what the hell we're doing.
yeah, we look
We're
like
all
we
in,
have
yeah,
problems.
Yeah, I mean, who gives a crap? Do your thing. Do you? That's literally the definition of do you. Don't care.
on
Because at
that-
the end of the day, shut up. No, at the end of the day, people are gonna be looking at you as an example instead of laughing at you. When people laugh at you, it's gonna be very temporary. Once they see that things are coming into fruition, I know.
Alright.
Once they see that things are coming into fruition, that what you're doing is in actual practice towards greatness or whatever it is that you want to achieve, people are gonna stop being naysayers, stop being haters, and they're gonna become followers. Now I'm done. You can talk.
High five. High five. Nice. All right. And on that, just to end this whole piece off, because this is like goes right on to what Shalom was just saying. I used to care what other people thought about me until one day I tried to pay my bills with their opinions.
Boom! I love that one.
Right, is that
You said
great?
that one to me before.
It just
And
that,
full house fails. No, I'm kidding.
no, but that closes the whole thing up right there. There's nothing to explain. You guys get it.
Say it one more time.
All right, fine. Just
Plug
one
it
more
in.
time.
Look really like intensely.
All right, ready? I'm
at
gonna
the
say it at the camera. All right, I'm gonna like stare at the camera.
find it
like
first.
this. Here it is. Here it is. Ready?
camera. Okay.
I used to care what other people thought about me until one day I tried to pay my bills with their opinions.
So you should just be. You should become an actor.
So I'm thinking about it.
You should be like Shakespearean stuff.
Thank you.
I'm lying. You shouldn't. But
Okay.
either way, we don't have any questions this week, do we?
I didn't say any.
No questions.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're supposed to have questions. We don't have questions. If you guys have any questions for us in the next podcast, please tweet us at Jerusalem Hub, or can they Instagram us as well? Yeah,
They can Instagram, they can
You can
Facebook.
DM us on Instagram or on
Yeah.
Facebook. Ask us any questions. Questions about what we're doing, questions about advice, stupid questions, funny questions. You want to make fun of my hat? Make fun of my hat.
We will
Whatever it
always
is.
respond.
Anything, because it helps us realize that there are people out there behind the lens watching us.
And we want to help
And we
you.
want to keep doing what we're doing. We want to make sure that we're impacting other people. So please get to us and we will address your questions. One last thing. We're sticking with the Get Out of Your Comfort Zone challenge, and it's a special challenge this time. Why? Because you have the excuse of Purim. You're going to get wasted. Okay, you're going to dress up like an idiot.
I like it.
You're going to have fun.
We also have to get this up tonight.
You're going to have fun. And now's your chance to just wash away all your insecurities and just send us a story. Send us a video. Tag us in it. We will shout you out. Purim is the one chance. It's like Ki'ilu. It's like your New Year's resolution to getting out of your comfort zone. Use Purim as an excuse to do something crazy online, and we will commend you for it.
Hashtag JHubPer.
Hashtag,
Does
yeah.
anyone else have anything to add to that? Or did I do a good job on that?
No,
That
you
was
did a great
awesome.
job. Perfect.
With that being
Rocking
said,
that.
This concludes.
this concludes episode 8 of the Jerusalem Hub audio experience. 2 months of full podcasting, heading into our 3rd month. Thank you for joining us. Happy
8
birthday
weeks.
to me.
Happy
No one
birthday,
else said it, so I had to say it.
Happy birthday to Shalom and have an amazing Purim.
Freilichen.
Freilichen.
And with that,
And with that, we end.